video conferencing in compliance with the Companies Act 2013 and circulars issued by the Ministry of Corporate Affairs and SEBI. I would like to call Mr. Deepak Kumar Nayak, Company Secretary and Compliance Officer, to familiarize the shareholders with the technicalities for conducting the AGM through the VC or OAVM. Go ahead, please.
Thank you, madam. Good afternoon, dear shareholders. I will further brief you on technicalities for conducting the AGM through video conferencing or other audio-video means. The facility for joining the AGM through video conferencing or other audio-video means is being provided to the members on a first-come, first-served basis. All members who have joined this meeting have by default been placed on mute mode by the host to avoid any disturbance due to background noise and to ensure the smooth conduct of the meeting. Once the quorum question answer session starts, the chairperson will announce the name of the members who have registered as speakers. The speaker shareholders will then be unmuted by the host and will be able to participate in the meeting. The speaker shareholders are requested to keep their videos on while speaking. If for they cannot switch on their video, they may participate through audio means only. The speakers are requested to speak through earphones that have a mic so that they are clearly audible. Ensure that there is no background noise and there is clear lighting in the area from which they are participating. If in case there is any connectivity issue at the speaker's end, we will call another shareholder speaker to speak and the former speaker shareholder may participate once they have better connectivity. Any shareholder who wishes to speak at the meeting on an ad hoc basis is allowed to speak subject to availability of time. Speakers are requested to limit their speech to 5 minutes only. For voting on the resolution, click on event that is 134325 given on the voting page. You will see resolution description and against the same the option yes or no for voting. Select the option yes or no as desired. The option yes implies that you assent to the resolution and option no implies that you dissent to the resolution. Click on the resolution file link if you wish to view the entire resolution detail. After selecting the resolution, you have to decide to vote on. Click on submit. A confirmation box will be displayed. If you wish to confirm your vote, click on OK. Else to change your vote, click on cancel and accordingly modify your vote. Once you confirm your vote on the resolution, you will not be allowed to modify your vote. In case of any technical difficulties faced by shareholders, he or she may contact the helpline mentioned in the notice of the AGM. Pursuant to the provision of the Companies Act 2013, the company has offered an e-voting facility through the NSDL system. The remote e-voting period commenced on Monday, 28 July 2025 at 9 a.m. and concluded on Wednesday, 30th July 2025 at 5 p.m. Members who have not voted there during the remote e-voting can cast their vote electronically during the AGM. The e-voting platform will be closed after 15 minutes from the time of closure of this meeting. Thank you. Over to you, Chairperson, Madam.
Thank you, Deepak. Since the requisite quorum is present, I call the meeting to order. Now, before I take up the agenda for the meeting, I'd like to call my colleagues on the board of the company to acknowledge and identify themselves as I call out their names. Mr. Joseph Pereira, Independent Director and Chairman of the Audit Committee.
Yeah, Joseph Pereira.
Thank you. Mr. Jahangir Ardeshir, Independent Director and Chairman of the Stakeholders Relationship Committee.
Present.
Okay. Mr. H.N. Srinivas, Independent Director and Chairman of the Nomination and Remuneration Committee.
Thank you. I'm here.
All right. And lastly, Mr. Sanjay Jha, whole-time director.
I'm very much here. Thank you.
Great. Thank you. The board has appointed Makaran M. Joshi and company secretaries as the scrutinizer for the purpose of remote e-voting and e-voting during the AGM. We also have with us Mr. Pareen Shah, representing CNK and Associates LLP, statutory auditor, Ms. Hetal Shah, representing Nilesh Shah and Associates, the secretarial auditor, Mr. Chintan Shah, representing SMMP and company, internal auditor of the company, and scrutinizers team attending the AGM from different locations. I would now like to inform you that the company has taken the requisite steps to enable the members to participate and vote on the items being considered in this AGM through electronic mode. We have received authority letters for corporate shareholders who would like to participate in the AGM in pursuance to Section 113 of the Companies Act 2013. Also, since the meeting is being held through video conferencing, there is no facility for the appointment of proxy. The register of directors and key managerial personnel and their shareholding, register of contracts or arrangements in which directors are interested, and register of charge are open for inspection for members. The members desirous of inspecting the registers may communicate the same through the Q&A facility available on the right-hand side of the Zoom system. The members who have not voted earlier through remote e-voting can cast their vote during the meeting through the e-voting facility. The notice of the meeting, together with the audited financial statements and the annual report for the year ended 31st March 2025, has been with you, and therefore, with your permission, I take them as read. The secretarial audit report and the statutory auditor's report are provided in the annual report for the company. And with your permission, I take the same as read. Let me now brief you on the business operations of the company. The year 2025 began with much global uncertainty. The US announced exorbitant tariffs on almost all countries, withdrew from some regional trade pacts, pulled back US aid, all of which caused much panic around the world. Not unexpectedly, growth is slowing down markedly amid resurgence of trade tensions and policy uncertainty, with the World Bank revising the 2025 forecast downwards closer to 2.3-2.5% range, citing tariffs, policy uncertainty, and muted investments as key drags. The only positive tailwind is that inflation is gradually receding, which will give central banks worldwide a greater headroom for monetary policy flexibility. Advanced economies are projected to grow modestly, while emerging markets lag but stay resilient. China is slowing to 4 to 4.5% amid structural and trade headwinds, while India remains a bright spot at around 6.5%. The unprecedented uncertainty is likely to lead to decelerating cross-border flows. Business sentiment surveys, such as a recent one from McKinsey, highlight rising concerns over trade disruptions and geopolitical instability, with over half of the respondents expecting recessionary scenarios through 2026. Central banks are walking a tightrope. Inflation is easing, but ongoing volatility in goods prices, tight labor markets, and fiscal constraints means rate cuts, if any, will be gradual. As such, we have to see the trends quarter on quarter. So I think we should have modest expectations going forward, given the fact that there are two wars on currently that makes forecasting risky as they impact both supply chains and oil prices. In the given circumstances, India continues to stand out as a global bright spot. Real GDP growth held strong. While real GDP growth held strong at 6.5% in fiscal 24-25, propelled by better domestic demand, resilient services sector, expansion of infrastructure and construction sectors, and steady exports. Most analysts seem to agree with the RBI's view that despite geopolitical noise, the economy will maintain its positive trend. The good news is that inflation is firmly below RBI's 4% target. This is welcome after a long period of high food inflation. The RBI has thus been able to cut repo rate by 50 basis points to 5.5% and shift to a neutral stance aimed at sustaining credit and growth. The rupee has been kept stable largely through RBI interventions, although FPI flows have tapered. However, in the wake of yesterday's announcements of 25% tariffs plus penalties by the US president, the impact on India remains to be assessed. While we are on the way to becoming the world's fourth largest economy by the end of 2025 or mid 2026, we need to be cautious. We have the lowest per capita income among the G20 countries. MSMEs could be developed further, and unemployment is rampant, which has taken away the sheen of our demographic dividend story. In sum, India is firing ahead with robust growth, low inflation, proactive monetary policy, strong external buffers, and favorable global investor confidence, though global trade uncertainty, ease of doing business, and rupee stability warrant continued watchfulness. As I have said it before in my earlier speeches, India's learning and development industry continues to maintain an upward trajectory. While it is impacted during the recessionary markets, the need for training has been universally acknowledged and is budgeted at higher levels year after year. Following the pandemic, the use of digital learning has been uncovered, and given our low bandwidth costs in India and the vast size of our workforce, we see a force multiplier effect coming into effect. For us, this has meant a new stream of income that is here to stay and will probably only increase further, although face-to-face training continues to be our bread and butter business. We are also evaluating how to leverage AI to boost our business, seeing it not as a threat but an opportunity. We believe that flow of international capital, growth of Indian multinationals, manufacturing scale, and new technology will be big drivers for the learning and development industry worldwide, with India being a mover in this area. One other reason for optimism is that the corporate profits as a percentage of GDP has reached a high of 6.9% after wallowing at lower levels. Thus, one can expect higher investment in human resources across companies, especially in improving managerial efficiency and learning new skills. Amongst the sectors that we foresee big opportunities for us include consumer durables, BFSI, IT, GCCs, healthcare, transportation, logistics, and infrastructure, which will benefit both. These are the opportunities for us in these various sectors. Of course, these can change, but we see an ongoing positive trend in these areas. In terms of our financial performance, here is a summary. Our total income achieved during the year under review of 24-25 is 13% higher at rupees 3,346.65 lakhs, as against rupees 2,960.10 lakhs in the previous year. Income from business operations of the company has been rupees 3,079.9 lakhs, as against rupees 2,615.55 lakhs in the previous year, showing an increase of 18% on account of market penetration through new franchisees, renewal of client relationships, and new client acquisition. The company achieved a total EBITDA of 8% on total income as compared to 17% last year. The decrease in EBITDA is mainly on account of necessary additional investments in people, process, and franchise management, which shall provide us healthy returns in the forthcoming years. Further, there has been an impact on investment valuation due to the market volatility. However, the company's exposure is limited here. After providing for current tax of rupees 72.5 lakhs, deferred tax income of rupees 38.73 lakhs, and other comprehensive expense of rupees 3.54 lakhs, the net profit of the company is rupees 1.83.8 lakhs, as against the net profit of 339.02 lakhs in the previous year, showing a reduction of rupees 155.22 lakhs. We have a resultant total PAT of 5% on total income as compared to 11% last year. The reasons for the same have already been stated. We are investing in our brand, technology, and people for the future. We have taken a bold call to focus our expansion across the length and breadth of India through the sub-franchise model. Given the magnitude of the task to service the most populated country in the world with the largest workforce, we believe that strategically this is a prudent decision that should yield good to great results going forward. To achieve optimal geographical penetration in a diverse country of our size, we felt that we need to go local, identify, nurture, and grow local entrepreneurs who will be excited to partake in an industry with huge upsides. Thus, we are concentrated on developing a strong and sustainable network of franchisees. And we have, as of date, 5 functioning franchisees. And by the end of the fiscal of March 2026, we will have expanded to more territories. This should substantially augment our presence and reach and enable us to leverage the vast untapped potential of the Indian market. We are investing in the area of skilling under corporate CSR funded projects. Many companies need guidance to ensure that the allocated funds are spent without wastage and deliver the results expected of them. This means a holistic and empathetic approach as the beneficiaries are those who most need economic and livelihood assistance. The size of aggregate CSR budgets has been rising on account of higher corporate profits, and there are not enough trusted partners who can handhold the spenders. During the year 24-25, such projects generated a significant share of our revenues. Our industry services employees from all ages across all sectors and from every tier of management and workforce. Being at the core of the people industry, we need not only the most talented team in our company, but we also must have them to be highly engaged and motivated at all times. We are cognizant of the fact that this means that we need a dynamic and vibrant work culture that blends performance and success with empathy. It is only appropriate that I end this chairperson's speech by stating that our independent directors are extraordinary, experienced professionals that are highly invested in the growth of this company. Each brings a unique skill set of their own and their own vision to our story. So let me thank each one of them personally, and they deserve a round of applause. Jahangir Ardeshir, H.N. Srinivas, and Joseph Pereira. Of course, all of you shareholders, those present here today, and even those who are not, we are indebted to you for your trust in the company and us, and we assure you that you are in good hands. Thank you very much. Now I shall take up the items on the agenda one by one. The resolution for each of the agenda items, as mentioned in the notice of annual general meeting, may be assented or dissented by e-voting. Since this meeting is held through video conferencing facility and resolutions are put to vote only through e-voting, the practice of proposing and seconding resolutions is not being followed. Item number 1, the first item of the agenda is to receive, consider, and adopt the audited financial statement of the company for the financial year ended 31st March 2025, together with the reports of the Board of Directors and auditors thereon. I now move the resolution for discussion approval as an ordinary resolution and adoption of the audited financial statement, together with the reports of directors and auditors. I would like to further inform you that I have received a list of members who would like to speak. Mr. Deepak Kumar Nayak will call the names as per the list, and I would like to request the members not to take more than 5 minutes to give their views. Also, if anyone wishes to submit any questions currently, they may do so through the Q&A option provided in the Zoom platform. After the speaker shareholders have spoken, Mr. Deepak Nayak will read out all the questions received from you via the Q&A option, and I will address the queries subject to time constraints. I would also like to request the speakers to pronounce their names and folio numbers and client ID. So after Deepak, please
Thank
coordinate.
you.
Yeah.
Thank you, ma'am. The first person in our speaker list is Mr. Satish Shah. I request host to unmute him if he is there. Mr.
Speaker
Satish
shareholder
Shah.
is not connected. We can move to the next speaker.
Okay, we'll move to next person, second for name, that is Mr. Anil Mehta.
The speaker shareholder is not connected. We can move to the next speaker.
Okay, our next speaker shareholder is Miss Lekha Shah.
Am I audible, sir?
Yes, sir. Yes, madam, you are audible. Please proceed.
Respected Chairperson, ma'am, Board of Directors, and my fellow members, good afternoon and regards to everyone. Myself, Lekha Shah from Mumbai. सर मेरा कंपनी सेक्रेटरी सर ने अच्छे तरह से एनुअल रिपोर्ट में सब कुछ बताया, मुझे कुछ पूछना है ही नहीं मैडम. आपने ओपनिंग रिमार्क्स भी इतना अच्छा आपने दिया, कुछ पूछना नहीं. मैडम प्लीज कंटिन्यू वीडियो कॉन्फ्रेंस मीटिंग इन फ्यूचर. May all your upcoming festivals filled with joy and blessing, ma'am. I would like to say I strongly and wholeheartedly support all the resolutions for today's meeting. Ma'am, please arrange get together for the able members present the meeting. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am. Now I would like to invite Mr. Kesav Garg.
Hello.
Mr. Kesav Garg.
Hello. Yes. Thank you for registering me as a speaker for the AGM. I had some questions that I wanted to ask about the business prospects of the company. What is the outlook for FY26 in terms of top line and bottom line? What would be the steady state EBITDA margin? What are our expected margin improvements over the next 2 or 3 years? Um, who are the new customers added in FY25, and are we in talks with any new customers for the upcoming year? What is our revenue mix based on end user industries we are catering to? Who are our top 5 and top 10 customers, and what percentage of revenue do we derive from these customers? How many Dale Carnegie franchisees do we have currently, and what do we expect this number to grow to in the next 2 to 3 years? What are the terms of our master franchise agreement with Dale Carnegie? What percentage of FY 25 revenues were paid as royalty to Dale Carnegie? What are our agreements with our franchisees? And what is the expected revenue from being empaneled with CVC to conduct training programs? Uh, when can we expect the increases in employee costs and training programs to reflect in the top line? Do we also have long-term contracts with our customers where we are catering to all their training and development needs? When can we expect to monetize the 62 crores worth of rupees investment property that we have? Uh, who are our major competitors, and where do we see our business growing in the next 3 to 5 years? Thank you. These were my questions.
Thank you, sir. Chairperson Madam will respond all your queries together. Now I would like to invite next speaker shareholder, Mr. Dinesh G. Bhatia.
The
Mr.
speaker
Dinesh.
shareholder is not connected.
Okay, thank you. Let me check whether we have any question in Q&A box. There is no question in the chat box. So now I request Chairperson Madam to please address the queries. Over to you, Madam.
Sure. First of all, Lekha Shah, thank you for your good wishes and I appreciate your support. Mr. Keshav Garg, a whole range of questions, and I'll try my best to answer as many as I can. Broadly, I think let me just kind of look at the big picture of the outlook for financial year 2026. As I tried to address this in my speech, currently we've had a good start for the year in the first quarter. However, uh, as you know, right now there's a lot of uncertainty, especially with the U.S. Trade announcements yesterday, and we have to see how that impacts overall our economy. And nonetheless, we believe there is enough domestic drive within the economy to ensure there's a lot of investment in human resources. So we remain bullish, though cautious. It's been a good start, and I believe that we should have a strong year if all things remain constant. So that's the broad outlook for the coming year. In terms of, I think you had a question on what kind of profitability do we look for in a steady state. And I think if you look at EBITDA, we've had a bit of a choppy experience in the last 2, 3 years for various reasons. But I think the steady state EBITDA, the desirous goal of a steady state EBITDA is somewhere in the region of about 13%, 13.5%, which would be achievable in the long run. And in terms of the current number of franchisees, we have 5. We have a total of 18 territories that have been mapped out across India for franchising, which we hope over the next 3 years or so will be covered. At this point in time, it's difficult to say what pace these will be achieved year on year, but yeah, the goal is to make sure that the balanced franchise territories are covered over the next 3 years. I think there was a query about uh, what are the sectors that we get, what's the mix of revenue, etc., from different industries. I would say that BFSI is a very strong sector that we have. Auto, we have consulting, pharma. It's a very well spread set of clients across industries. So to that extent, we are not over dependent on one industry sector. As well as some of the top clients that we work with are companies like Bajaj Finserv, KPMG, Maruti, PwC, Sun Pharma, Atlas Copco, Juniper, Explio Technologies, and there's a long list of companies that we work with. What else would be a question that you actually asked? You asked about the investment of 62 crores in the investment property. I think what we are looking at is possibly the office building construction house where we are headquartered. This is really a place where our own offices are located. And then there is extra space which has been given out to is an old tenancy. So I think there's no immediate solution to a immediate monetization because an old tenancy with the government of India doesn't allow us to easily get out of that arrangement. The rest of the area is occupied by us. So that's overall, I think, from what I could recall your questions. I hope I've addressed them satisfactorily. And that's what I have to explain. All right. So if we are good with that, then we will move to the second item of ordinary business, which seeks approval by passing an ordinary resolution to confirm the final dividend of rupees 1 per equity share of face value rupees 10, aggregating to rupees 29.04 lakhs, as recommended by the Board of Directors at their meeting held on 12th May 2025. As the total dividend for the financial year 24-25. For the next agenda, number 3, being interested, I will hand over the chair to Mr. H.N. Srinivas with your permission.
Thank you, Chairperson. Item number 3, the third item of ordinary business seeks approval by passing an ordinary resolution for the reappointment of Ms. Pallavi Jha, Chairperson and Managing Director, who retires by rotation and being eligible offers himself for reappointment.
Thank you, Mr. Srinivas. The fourth item of ordinary business seeks approval by passing an ordinary resolution to consider and approve the reappointment of CNK and Associates LLP with an ICAI firm registration number 101961 W/W1000036 as the statutory auditors of the company for the term 5 years and fix their remuneration. Item number 5, the fifth item of the agenda is a special business seeks approval by passing a special resolution to consider and approve the appointment of Nilesh Shah and Associates peer-reviewed practicing company secretaries as a secretarial auditors of the company for a period of 5 years commencing FY 25-26 till FY 29-30 for conducting the secretarial audit of the company. Item number 6, the sixth item of the agenda is a special business seeks approval by passing a special resolution to consider and approve the reappointment of Mr. Joseph Andrew Jude Pereira, DIN number 001-30239 as an independent director for a second term of 5 years commencing from October 26, 2025 till October 25, 2030. Item number 7, the fifth item of the agenda is a special business seeking approval by passing a special resolution to approve the reappointment of Mr. Is item number 6 and number 7? Oh, okay, sorry. As an independent director for a second term of 5 years beyond the age of 75, commencing from October 26, 25 to October 25, 20, to October 25-30. The resolutions mentioned in the notice are deemed to be passed in this meeting subject to the receipt of appropriate number of votes. Before I conclude, I would like to thank the shareholders for their presence and their cooperation, which has enabled me to conduct the meeting smoothly. The Board of Directors joins me in placing on record our appreciation to the shareholders for their continued support and confidence. The directors appreciate the commitment and dedication displayed by employees at all levels. I would also like to thank all our customers for having faith in the company and for giving us their full cooperation and support. We would also like to thank our vendors, bankers, and others for their continued support. And I'm thankful to my colleagues on the board for their support and guidance, to the members of the management team for their sincere, dedicated, and untiring efforts. Now I request all the shareholders who are attending this meeting and who have not cast their vote through remote e-voting to exercise your vote on e-voting platform. The e-voting window will remain open for another 15 minutes from the conclusion of this meeting, after which the voting window shall stand closed. Based on the report of the scrutinizer, the combined results of remote e-voting and the e-voting done at the meeting today will be announced and displayed on the website of the company, website of NSDL, and will also be submitted to the Bombay Stock Exchange as per the requirements under the SEBI listing regulations. I now declare the proceedings of this annual general meeting of the company as completed and closed. Thank you all.